Hi there, vinyl community. Another update. Um, Pretty hectic day today. Not going into details, but something to do with me going to the hospital to get a checkup. My heart, just results of a test I did 2 weeks ago. Anyway, I got a stack of records here, and normally I show new records at the end, maybe to lure in some viewers, because if it's all thrift store and Goodwill things, people tend to go, eh. At least I see that with the views. Now with the comments, they're always nice. But now I have some Goodwill slash thrift store finds, two of them at least, that are pretty damn rare. So I was stoked to get those into my hands and show those. So first off, I got two 7 inches, and then I'm gonna start with a new record, a reissue, of course, no, a reissue. And then at the end, I'm going to show you two really rare records you don't find at Goodwill that often, and they're worth some money. First up, Sheila E. This is Sister Faith from 1985. Yeah, what can I say? It's Sheila E. It's on the Paisley Park / Warner Brothers label. It's the European pressing. I like Sheila E.'s singles. I don't really like her albums because the songs, the hits, they drag on a little too long, but this was a nice find. Put this here. Then we have wrong company sleeve, it doesn't matter. Probably gonna show it. The OJ's Sunshine Part 1 and Part 2. This is from a live album called OJ's Live in London. I don't have that. It's from 1974. But you can't go wrong with the OJ's. So finding the OJ's US pressing on 7-inch in the wrong company sleeve. What more do you want? Cheers. I normally don't drink coffee on video, don't drink anything on video, but now, cheers. Shout outs. That's Nomad, David Michael. He drinks coffee or something. Gregory Short, popcrackle.com. He does drink coffee and stuff. So cheers. First album I'm going to show you is a new reissue. When I ordered it, I kind of thought this was from a different company, and the band themselves were very, very anti that reissue, and I was like, oh, damn. But I don't think I got that one. This is the new LCD Soundsystem reissue on Parlophone, not on Rhino. The Rhino ones are colored. This one isn't. Didn't have this one in my collection yet. This is really one of the better debut albums of the 2000s. So I just had to have it. It's quite, like the original gatefold, thick cardboard sleeve, and it looks really nice, and it sounds very good. So LCD Soundsystem, for those who don't know, they're coming out with a new album somewhere this year. Let's hope so, because yeah, I like to hear some new stuff by them. The next bunch of Goodwill records are actually records that I picked up thinking I would like a lot, didn't quite. First one, I'm gonna probably offend some people because I don't like this album. This is Johnny Cash in St. Quentin. It's in really, really good shape. The vinyl is in good shape. The cover is probably the best I've ever seen. But I don't like this. I'm sorry. He's a great entertainer and he puts up a show in this, but I don't like it. It's repetitive because there's like two versions of St. Quentin. Boy Named Sue is censored. It's not really my cup of tea. It's for someone else probably. But I picked it up for $1 and giving it a shot. Not really a country guy. Sorry. Then I picked up this one. I do like it, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. This is a German pressing of what was it originally called? The Good Book, something like that. Anyway, this is called Swing Low, Sweet Satchmo. Same cover as the original American release, which is probably the Good Book of the Lord, something like that. It's gospel, it's jazz, it's spirituals. It's on Brunswick. I love the black with gold lettering. I do love that label. It's a beautiful label. But yeah, I did like it, but I don't know if I'm gonna play it again and again and again. But this was a nice find. Cheers. Next one I picked up because there's a couple of names, two that I recognize, and I was like, okay, this is going to be jazz. When I saw the main guy, I thought like, okay, this is going to be soundtracks, and it's sort of a mix of both. We're talking Michel Legrand. The album's called Recorded Live at Jimmy's. Michel Legrand is a composer of soundtracks. He did The Young Girls of Rochefort, The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, and he did a lot more. He's known for that, but he also is a pianist slash jazz musician. And here he plays with Phil Woods, who I know, Ron Carter, Grady Tate, and George Davis. And yeah, it's jazz, jazzed up versions of his songs, but also a track like Organ Eyes. If you can, I don't think you can see it. Organ Eyes. That's a really good track. The rest is kind of like, I don't know. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it for that track alone. It's on RCA. This is the UK pressing from 1974, 75. Okay, so those ones I don't think I'm going to keep. The next one I don't know if I'm going to keep either, because I don't collect 12 inches, but I like this label, so I thought give it a shot. This is a release on Ninja Tune. The act is called NW1, and it features Born to Be. The band Played the Boogie. Just look that up. The band Played the Boogie by NW1, and you will hear what it is. It's a mixture of acid jazz and trip hop, sort of like Us Three. They did that jazz sampled track, which became a huge hit. Well, this one was a smaller hit, but it's similar. Ninja Tune is the label. I do know. I like Ninja Tune a lot. Love this artwork. But yeah, I had to pick this up because it's Ninja Tune. I do recognize the song, but at the time when I picked this up, I was like, oh, it's Ninja Tune, obscure. Not really. I got two more records. These are the ones that are pretty damn rare. The last one I'm going to show you is a record I had on my radar. It wasn't in my wish list, but I had it in my head. Like, if I ever find it and it's cheap, I'll pick it up. This one was definitely cheap. This one was $1.50. This is Doris Henderson and John Renbourn. There you go. Original mono pressing on Columbia, UK pressing. I think it's the only vinyl pressing there is. It's very clean. It's like VG plus plus, maybe even near mint. People would definitely call this. It's not my cup of tea. His playing, amazing. Her singing, not really. This is folk music, like traditional folk music that Pete Seeger did. Early Bob Dylan. It's that kind of thing. Mr. Tambourine Man, they do a cover of that. Lots of traditionals. But yeah, not really my cup of tea. It's from 1965. John Renbourn later from Pantangle. This is not folk rock. This is definitely classic acoustic folk. So if you're into that, this is a must. If you're not, you gotta sell it because it's worth a little money. It's worth around 40 euros, I guess. And I picked it up for $1. So this is going on sale. I'm not gonna keep this. The last record I've got, I'm not gonna sell. It's worth a lot more. It's around 80, 90 euros. I picked it up for $3. Lucky me. Years ago, I picked up their only studio album. Self-released, I guess. They are either considered one of the worst bands ever, or Frank Zappa, he mentioned them as better than the Beatles. Suspense. What is it? It is the second known album by the Shaggs. This is Shaggs' own thing. I don't know if this is a studio album. I don't think so. I think it's sort of a leftover compilation. It was released in 1983. I think so. Anyway, this is, I think, the Canadian pressing. There's a bunch of vinyl pressings and they're all expensive. It's on Red Rooster / Rounder Records. For those who don't know the Shaggs, their previous album, Philosophy of the World, an album that actually was released in the 60s, late 60s, early 70s, Philosophy of the World has been reissued by, I think, Third Man Records, if I'm not mistaken. That's an experience on its own. Trust me, or it's Light in the Attic, one of those. It's an experience. These three ladies, there they are. They have a backstory that's not a funny, happy backstory. Their dad wanted them to record something. He wanted them to be famous. So he forced them to record an album. They couldn't play. They couldn't sing. They couldn't do anything. It sounds like a mess, but it's a wonderful, wonderful outsider, weird ass music mess. And this is a compilation that the sisters Wiggin, that's their last name. You got Dot Wiggin, Betty Wiggin, and Helen Wiggin, and Rachel Wiggin as well, but she's not on the picture. They play amazing songs. You're Something Special to Me is wonderful. Shaggs' own thing is good. My Cutie is amazing. My Pal Foot, that's on Philosophy of the World as well. Just wonderful. They also do a terrible version of Wheels. And Carpenters, Yesterday Once More. Anyway, this was fucking amazing. Finding this at a thrift store. Wow. So surprised. Anyway, this is an update. Hope you enjoyed it. And I hope the last two records were worth waiting for. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna finish my coffee. Bye bye.